will Cop continue to be strong? Well, let's find out right now. All right. Ooh, we've got... Okay, Francesca has brought the Gargas out. Now, Gargas is one of I think Francesca might be one of the only people I've ever seen play Gargas. And he's been fairly good. He also gets an Oberon to hit this time if he can. So a little bit of elemental advantage there for him, if he can find his way into the fight and do the damage. Both players running Jaden, and we have a Golbez and a Velis to round it out. Big jamming thrust from Francesca's Jaden, but Velis is here. If he can find his way into range for some healing, yes he can. Snow healing has a big range on it. He doesn't even have to move. And now Oberon is on the attack. So here's the thing. Oberon is jumping right there. If he's targeting Golbez, Golbez is a pretty thick boy, especially for those first few turns in a fight. So we'll have to see what kind of damage Oberon can do to him. And we actually won't see that because Jaden shoots him in the chest. Jaden pulls out his big rotary cannon and just puts Golbez in the ground. It's going to be up to Gargas to get some revenge, but because Oberon's still in the air, he can't even hit him. Oberon smashes Jaden, and boy oh boy did the timing not work out well for Francesca's team. Now, like I said, Gargas shows up and drops 7,200 damage in one-shots to Jaden. Unfortunately, the Jaden does come back to life, and now Oberon is back to the air. Velis is going to look to do some more healing right here for Jaden. Jaden and Oberon are going to look to tag team up on this poor Gargas. Now, if you watch the story, Gargas, when he dies, doesn't actually die, but this time he did die. Cop picks up the win, and Francesca's Gargas team, honestly, Gargas did well. Gargas did good. He killed somebody. Like, he came out there and did a one-shot on a 100-cost unit, which, that's respectable. Unfortunately, the rest of the team let him down. I actually almost timed that good. My timing was nearly decent right there. Okay, it's Oberon, Velis, Jaden versus Oberon, Aranea, and I didn't see the third for Morello. So Cop is, we just saw this team beat the Gargas team. It did pretty good. I would say that the Gargas, did kill Jaden one time. What can Oberon more? And not like Marymore. It's regular Watermore and Aranea. So let's see what Watermore's bringing right here. We're going to get some bells from Oberon for Morello. He's scooting forward. Velis is going to start passing out his haste buffs. I mean, that's just super OP. Aranea is going to go aerial supremacy buff on her and more. Defense piercing online. More the Water Mage going to move forward. She's channeling maybe move jump, maybe like magic penetration buff right there. We'll have to see. It is going to be anti-magic life wall. So she's going to go shell, regenerate, and shield. So that's pretty good. Oberon from Cop going to move forward, drop the limit break, 8-pass Dragon Strike. This is only going to hit the enemy Oberon. It will do 75-41. Not quite lethal damage, but the golden magic shot from Jaden will be lethal. So one Oberon is down. It is now Velis' turn. Last turn, this Velis had a single target buff on. That's Ice Blessing. He has it again, so that Velis is hasted, defense shelled, and ready to rock. Aranea moving forward into range. Oberon is doing a good job on this team of playing like frontline, while Jaden backs him up from long range with missiles. That continues to work. There's the zombie transformation from Jaden. He's got re-raise up. He's ready to go. Oh man, this Velis is fully buffed up. There's the shield from Oberon. It is Moore's turn, so Moore is going to get into the fight. She's going to drop the limit break, Astral Guidance. Haven't seen this one in a while. Cool looking limit break for Moore. She walks away, but only able to do 1,700 damage through that shield of tanky boy Oberon. Jaden's going to drill shot her. She's very tanky against magic, so she will tank that no problem. It's Velis' turn next. He's going to look to rehaste Jaden. Here comes Oberon, and I have a feeling there goes Moore. Halting Spear will kill her and stop her, which is a double whammy of bad things. And anyway, she's dead. Okay, now it's Arenea's turn. She's got 7,000 HP in a dream. She jumps up into the sky. She's gonna, she times it nicely here where she's gonna miss Jaden's damage because she's up in the air, so that's good. Jaden will go March of the Stag. Here comes Arenea's land. She will hit Oberon, but again, that shield keeps him alive. He does not die, but he does have Frostbite. Now, the Frostbite update has not come through yet where it removes the AP before you do your move. Even if that update was live, he had 150 AP. So the Frostbite would not have taken out all of his, all of his AP anyway. So no harm, no foul there, really. Here comes Jamming Thrust, 75-63. That's the setup. That's the dunk. Alley-oop comes in from Oberon, and Cop's team picks up the win. Cop continues to look strong this week. GG. Man, yeah, Velas looking pretty good is a thing. But how does it do against slot 1 Mediena? Well, we will find out right now. Now, is this Mediena gonna even get to do anything? That's sort of the question, right? Like, there was a day in the life of War of the Visions when Mediena just did everything. She was your farmer, she was your PvE goddess, she was your PvP queen, and then other units came into the game and she lost all those roles. Does she get to be queen for a day today? Or does Koryu's team right here, Ildira, Oberon, and somebody, was it Aranea? Yeah, Ildira, Oberon, Aranea. Do they keep the throne? Now, I will say, Kason did mix in the Skahal. Kason Skahal is absolutely busted. He could carry this. That Skahal counterattacks at about a 100% rate. Even with all those buffs Ildira's giving out, it almost doesn't matter. Okay, Aerith's going to go first. She's moving forward. It looks like she's charging a laser. It looks like Skahal's charging some magic, and now it's Mediena's turn. Come on, Mediena. Bring out that master ability to Omega Super Flare or the Limit Break. We all want to see one leg cross over the other. Here it is. One leg crosses over. We get a little peek. Here comes Cosmo Plume. Big rainbow crystal from this. Oh my god! Wait, what? What just happened? Did Mediena just kill everybody? Ray of the Ancients comes out. Oberon's dead and immobilized. And then Skull doesn't even have to do anything. Skull just says, nah, I'm good. I'm good. There's a little heal. I mean, you're going to need a lot more healing than that, Ildira. Here's another laser beam from Aerith. Pew, 3,600 damage with the 20 AP drain. Skahal with that elemental advantage. Mediena's not even worried about it because she knows Skahal's got it for 9,200. And Mediena absolutely carried that fight. We actually got to see the Mediena carry come through. That was War of the Visions circa 2000. When did this game come out? 2020, 2019? That's 2019 War of the Visions right there. Ooh, here we go. Okay. We've got a spicy meatball coming again. I saw a Lara Croft. Right before it loaded, I saw a Lara Croft. No, I didn't. I saw an Abara, and I guess I thought I saw a Lara Croft. There's no Lara Croft in this fight. Cuckington is running Mary Moore, Abara, Velas. So triple mage comp here coming out from Cuckington versus Black Rose Helena, Aerith, and Ibarra. So it's all mages, and that has seemed to be the theme of today. I guess people have decided if they're going to run like Velas or they're going to run some kind of magic support, they're just going to back that up with magic damage dealers and use those powerful rainbow vision cards for mages, I guess. That seems to be the most powerful comp so far. Also, Oberon being the sort of counter argument to that. So here we go. Air's going to buff up there. It's going to be Velas' turn. He's going to apply that second haste to Marymore here. Channeling that. Abara going to look to do a little bit more buffing. Give herself that re-raise. That's always a good idea. Here comes haste number 2, and everybody on that team, on Cuckington's team, is hasted up. Now, Sergi going to go with an accuracy buff here from Helena. She's moving forward. Abara already buffed Sword Song Formation once. Will buff Sword Song Formation again. She is ready to do some critting. And I have to say, if Aerith applies her magic shield to the whole group, that will be particularly useful against these all-mage teams. Okay, Cuckington's Velas looking to do nothing on the third turn. Actually doesn't have anything else turned on. So is going to start moving forward looking to do some damage. Ilia Zoe, the slashing move comes out from Abara, and Abara kills Abara. So in a world where Abara is queen, one Abara has killed another Abara. Anyway, Black Rose Helena doing her limit break. Tenebril Rose comes out. It's going to do big damage to 2 units, but does not kill either of them. So both will counterattack. Marymore does 4,900 damage and gives herself some AP restore, and Velas can now look to do some healing. Aerith is channeling a spell. I don't know what that spell is. It's going to be re-raise onto Black Rose Helena, so that could come in very useful. Snow healing comes out from Velas. We're going to need We're going to need a miracle right here for Cuckington to drop this one. I don't think there's enough reflexes in the universe for Cuckington to lose here, but we will see. Era's turn, 4,900 HP. She's going to go with her Limit Break, Healing Wind. This will be a heal, and it's either a defense or spirit buff with the Limit Break for Aerith. I don't remember which one it is. It's defense, which is not going to be as ideal against a triple mage comp. Okay, Mary Moore's turn. She's going to go Arrow Blade, 6799. Once again, the slashing type damage. Really, really potent here for Cuckington. Velus's turn next. He's going to step forward, look to reapply that haste to Abara. There it is. Abara and Velus re-hasted. And now, with that elemental advantage, Counterman Slash will do 10,000 damage. Aerith goes down. And Cuckington says, says, streamer curse be damned. I'm going to pick up that win. And he does. GG. Okay. The Chocobo has stopped running. Wait, he's running again. We're loading. Full screen. Here we go. Okay, so connection issues got figured out just in time to watch Setia shoot Abara in the face with an arrow. And here we go. It's Setia Velus versus Sottily. So Sottily going to try and carry the church to a win, but he's 2v1, and the two people are hasted. So it's not a good look for Sottily. But he does have, oh my gosh, guess what? Guess what? He comes up, he says, we're going to put you back in the spirit world, and she says, reflex. She says, look, my name's Setia. I got a reflex. I've got 69 AP. You've got half health, and I'm going to shoot barrier break arrow at you. That'll finish you off. GG, and Dervis picks up the win. Connection issues are over, and Sand Rooster goes down. Like, I'm going to do Harry Potter themed lots of random things. It's going to be really fun for the kids, I think. And then there'll be that one parent who's like, Harry Potter's evil, and I'm going to tell them to just like, I don't know. Deal with it. Okay. Meanwhile, we have Camilo versus Camilo in this matchup. One Camilo, Palladius, is bringing Summer, Elsorel, and Sottily into the fight with him. So that's an interesting little trio. I keep seeing a little hiccup right here. I wonder... Okay, no. There we go. Delay over. We got a little streamer delay. Anyway, we got Black Rose, Helena, Oberon, Camilo on one side, Camilo, Summer, Elsorel, and Sottily on the other. So physical versus magic kind of right here? I don't know. It's a really mixed damage from both teams. So I wonder what kind of like vision card setups we're seeing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see. Both players going for the mixed damage types, and I can appreciate that. I wonder if it will be as good long-term as this tournament goes on as those triple mage comps that we've been seeing, because they have been putting in a ton of work. So Ray's Camilo chilling in the corner, 8,233 HP. So far today, a number like that has been pretty safe in terms of like not getting one shot. And since he's not going up against a dark unit, he might be able to survive. I don't know. We'll have to see what happened because, all right, and here we go. We'll jump into this match. Okay, Abara. Ooh, we get a Lemure this time from Sandrooster, so that's a little different. Abara, Sottily, Lemure. So Sandrooster, after that loss to Dervis, goes to the bench and adds in the Lemure. Honestly, I feel like I need to do a little bit of a support tier list almost, because there are so many good supports in War of the Visions right now. I wonder if Lemure will do as well in a rainbow comp as she does in all of her mono dark teams. She is one of the queens of mono dark. Right here, it looks to me like she's not going to be able to hit everybody with her Hastaja unless she is targeting the Sottily. Okay, she hits the two important targets. She misses herself, but does haste both of them. That's absolutely fine. She was targeting the Abara the whole time. It worked out in the end. Sottily gets a very good elemental resist buff, and an all elemental resist buff has extra value in a rainbow versus rainbow team. It is super useful no matter who you're fighting. So very, very good job there. Aranea is going to step forward, and this is the first time we've seen Aranea really do anything in the tournament today besides get one shot. It's going to be her limit break. It does decent damage, but that Sottily is looking really tanky, even with the elements in play. He's going to go Earth-Rending Pain right here, 4,700 damage and removes AP Restore. She didn't have that anyway, I don't think. Here comes Oberon, 8,600 HP left for him. He's full health. He's going to jump. Here comes a Hastaja again from Lemure. Yeah, a little bit weird here with the Hastajas. Oh, Smile Practice comes in from Orindor. Very, very powerful heal and Protect and Shell applied to that Aranea, who was low, is now full HP and tankier than ever. Here's Wailing Storm coming out, and oh my god, Shell? Who cares about Shell? Abara doesn't care about Shell. She kills them both, and then Sonali's like, it was all calculated. He hits the Oberon for lethal damage. Lemire's gonna look to do some quickening. Abara catches a quicken, and even through elemental disadvantage right here, Oberon's so low, Magic Buster will take him down, and just like that, Abara does Abara things, and it was the real Abara. If that Setia is out there still, which, no, it wasn't. Yes, Dervis did have the Setia last time, so she could look to, do some damage to Frost right here. Frost doing a slot 1 ice unit, though, is very meta for the name. Name's Frost, slot 1 ice unit, makes a lot of sense. So here we go. Both players actually running Setia, and oh my goodness, Frost is busting out the level 120 Dark Fina. So she's been out for 2 whole days, and here's a level 120 Fina getting into the action. I have not seen her in a fight yet. This will be the first time. Now, Setia for Dervis does catch a re-raise from Sodali, so that's pretty good. Setia is not a particularly squishy girl anyway. Bella's going to be looking to do some hasting. Here's Eliza stepping forward. Warning volley comes out, 2788. So she was immediately in range, but like I was kind of talking about, she was immediately in range of the enemy Setia, which means that damage just not going to stick as hard. Here's Fina. We've never seen her do anything before. She's going to go in for wall. This is Magic Spirit, Light, Dark Resist up with Spirit Piercing buff. Now that Light and Dark Resist will not matter against any of these units that Dervis is bringing. That's a little unlucky. Bells is going to go ahead and heal Setia. She's got 89 AP with the bells ticking, so she's in range to do almost anything she wants right here. She's going to step forward and do what? It's going to be the Limit Break. This is going to hit both our 2 newest units in the game, both getting targeted by Setia right here, and yeah, she deletes the Ice Archer, and Dark Fina is taken very low. Can Sodali get in range to finish Dark Fina? No, he will instead go for the shield and agility buff, and it's Setia's turn. Now, Setia needs to do damage right here in a big way, because if she doesn't, Velas could step forward and look to kill Dark Fina. So we need to put Velas into healing mode. That'll do it. That was almost a one-shot Setia versus Setia. And now Velas will look to do some healing. If there's casting time on this heal, it could be that Dark Fina is able to start the comeback. Let's see. She steps forward. No, her casting time is going to be too slow. She's not able to get the cast off before Setia even gets a turn. So that's a little bit unfortunate right there for, Dark Fina in her first fight. Setia's probably going to look to finish her. Here's Armor Incinerating Bow Shot. Dark Fina goes down, and it's Setia versus 3, and Sodali's about to make it, nobody versus 3. Yeah, there it is. Sodali takes her down, and Dervis's team picks up the win. GG, Dark Fina, it was nice to see ya. That's pretty exciting. We have not seen a ton of Frederica lately, although I think she is a sleeper candidate for, for a final match. Like, she's definitely one of those units that when bans come around can make it in. Now, Dwaylen is going full missile team right here. It's Barrett, it's Frederica, and it's Jaden. So 2, lightly seen units right here with Frederica and Barrett, but missile synergy fully on point and good looking buff set. Fight in that corner, get your buffs online, get your AP online, and a Frost team is going to do that as well. Dark Fina going to go in for wall, Magic Spirit, Dark Attack Resist, Light Attack Resist, and Spirit Penetration for herself. These new buffs in this game do so many things, it's actually hard to shot call them. So that's a thing. Okay, March of the Stag onto the whole group right there from Jaden. So agility buff for Dwaylen's whole team. That's looking pretty good. Here comes, gosh, I can never, like, what? Okay, here's Bells for our new Ice Archer unit, whose name escapes me right now. Anyway, Domain of Fire comes out from Setia, Unit Attack Resist, which is actually pretty decent against a lot of archer moves, but Barrage is not one of those. Ooh, Auto Cure comes out from Dark Fina, so proccing that reaction ability to get those heals back online, and then she's healing. Okay, look at that AI action right there. She must not have been in range to do damage, so she went with the Devout style heal right there, onto her ally, who's again name I can't remember. But then Dark Fina dies. So twice in a row, Dark Fina has been unable to get in range to do damage. But Warding Volley is like, it's more like this is not a warning. This is like, I already told you the damage was coming, and this is what happens when you don't listen. That's a 1-2 wombo combo right there. Setia finishes it out, and Frost team, Dark Fina did not exactly carry that, but Dark Fina got carried to the win. Deleted. GG. Will we get to see Dark Fina do damage in this fight? I don't know, but we're already into it. Okay, there's an AP restore. Eliza is her name. I finally remember Eliza's name. Setia Eliza Dark Fina. Dark Fina channeling another buff and moving forward. It's going to be Kane, Halloween Little Leela, and Velis coming out from Claptimus here. So Kane and Halloween Little Leela making their first appearance of the night. There's re-raise for the Dark Fina, so at least this time she will have to die twice. Eliza's up next. She's definitely going to be in range to start bringing some damage. She's charging a shot right here, so supercharge or charge coming out. Setia going to look to limit break Halloween Little Leela. So this move has been very, very potent in the fight today. Setia has shown up in a big way, and she 99.9% Little Leela with that. There's Clean Piercer, 7,200 damage. Kane's Courage is popped, and Little Leela is at 24 HP. 24. Okay, guys, here it comes. We're going to get to see Dark Fina do some damage. Kane catches a heal. Leela's going to heal herself, and then the team over here is looking full HP. Kane going to get to go first. Kane, he's going to go Brain Piercer, looking for that Confuse, does not find it. And here it comes. We get to see 6,002 damage from Majin Fina, and after watching Frostfight 3 times, we finally get to see Fina hit somebody, and then Kane gets shot by an arrow and dies. Okay, Meta Magic comes out, targeting the Setia, 4,400 damage. That will finish her off, and we are into a 2v2. Velis is going to step forward. He's going to do nothing, actually. Fina's going to go Law of Invigoration, so there's that agility, attack, and magic buff onto the Eliza, and it's her turn. She is full AP, 216. She's going to limit break. Cage of Thorns comes out. This will target the Velis. Does he have any missile resist? Does he have any defense? 8,000 damage. He did not have enough. He goes down. And it's Halloween Little Leela versus 2. She steps forward. She's going to look to try to make it a 2v2 again with full life. She's targeting Velis. Both of them should be high faith units. So yeah, that lands. But Warning Volley comes out. That's a chain. Leela goes down. Velis goes down. And Frost Eliza is popping off. Absolutely. Frost Eliza and Setia have been hard carrying tonight. And then Fina's been healing. Everybody sharing the love tonight. Everybody sharing the love. Thank you, guys. Anybody who streams knows that, like, gifted subs are amazing. It is one of the best things that Twitch does. It's super awesome that you guys do that for me and for each other. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the ad-free experience. Because really, that's the best part of being subbed, is like you don't have those random ads that Twitch does every so often. Okay, now, this is really interesting what just happened to Meraxis' team. Because the enemy Oberon got so far forward, it baited the Velis out, and he did damage on his first turn. That will absolutely put a kink in Velis' plan, because Velis wants to be casting haste, and then more haste, and then doing some damage and healing. Neither one of these Velises was able to cast haste. One of them did damage, the other one healed that damage. So net negative from that first exchange, except that there's no haste on the map. Here's Oberon dropping his limit break onto 2. Can Tifa get into range to punish that? No, she will just put her courage online and step forward once. Meraxis' Velis, once again, probably not going to be able to do any hasting, instead going to look to do some healing. Raldor comes forward, 2,000 damage with that punch, but also raises his defense, and catches a snow healing. So once again, we've done a lot of trading of damage, but barely anybody is low HP. There's a sweet support buff coming in from Velis, so AoE agility buff online. Sodali's going to look to do some damage. He's also going to look for the charm. So does this kill Raldor, or does it charm him, or either it does not kill him, but it does charm him, and he's low HP. So there's a good chance that Velis right here just heals Raldor. Now the problem is, Oberon's next, and Oberon might break this charm by killing him. It does not kill him. That was actually the worst thing Oberon could have done. Because if he wouldn't have hit him, it would have been betrayal from Raldor. If he kills him, he's dead. Instead, Oberon's the one who dies. Tifa comes forward and roundhouse uppercut kicks him to the chin and kicks his head straight off. Now it's Raldor's turn. He goes unerring Demon Puncher, which I think does more damage the more times you've taken damage, and he's taken damage 1 billion times. So he pops off, and now all of a sudden, it's Velis versus 3. Meraxis' Raldor Tifa team has AP because Velis keeps feeding it to him. And Tifa's out here. She heal drops Velis in the back of the head. And Meraxis' team picks up the win in a huge turnaround. Oberon betrays the squad. Okay. Oberon? Setia? I think Setia, maybe. I'm feeling Setia for the second one so far. We'll see who wins. Okay, so here we go. It's Mediena, Skahal, Aerith. So, Kason running that triple mage team versus a Jaden, Velis, Oberon. So LXD is definitely bringing the premier support of this week with his team. But the Aerith, if she AoE buffs that magic resist, that shield that she can do might just be a big difference maker. She's gonna, okay, it's Aerith's turn first. What's she gonna start this fight off with? She's channeling a spell from back there. Varen, thank you for the sub. What we got there? That is a 3-monther. Thank you, Varen. Welcome back to the channel. And Tugboat, thank you for gifting the sub to Kason. So Kason, welcome in. Tugboat, thank you for paying it forward. Mediena buffs her magic and move. Okay, Mediena, listen. It's a quicken. Oh my God, wait, it's the Mediena bomb. You guys, it's over. She's gonna kill everyone. She's gonna Cosmo Plume, and then she's gonna get quickened again. It's over. Everyone's dead. There's 2 kills. And don't worry, Aerith has quicken too. Forget magic shielding. It's double quicken Mediena. This is it. Do it, Mediena. Do it. Flare. Blizzaga. Okay, it only did 2,000 damage. It only did 2,000 damage. Uh-oh. Golbez. Golbez is a big boy. Uh-oh, Mediena. Mediena, look out. Mediena, look out. She lived. She lived, but Golbez full healed. Skahal's here. Don't worry. The Lightning Mage Skahal is here to back us up. So he's coming forward. He's charging his spell. Mediena gets to go again. Mediena, use Drain. No, she's out of things. Is she doing nothing? No, she's charging. Okay, Aerith. Heal. Aerith's going to go Limit Break heal. Now, this is a defense buff and a heal, so it won't help against Golbez, except that you'll be not low HP. In fact, you'll be full HP. What is this spell? It's going to be Flare? No, it's Blizzara, the buffed one. Spirit debuff. That's going to be useful against, with the triple mage team. But Golbez might look to Life Drain again right here. We'll see how casting time works out. Yeah, there's Abyssal Quasar, and he's going to heal for 1691. His Spirit is down, and Golbez gets weaker after his 3rd turn. I believe that was his 3rd turn. No, it's after like 5 or something for him. Anyway, Skahal kills him, and the Mediena bomb team wins again. No one saw that coming. Pre any of the other results coming in. We're loading into this one. So this is a big match for these players and their chances to make the top 8 draft. Is it the return of Zalk, the original god of Friday Night Fights, or does Willie, Willie's probably going to make it. With the already bringing 4 points, Willie's probably getting in there. Didn't Marguerite have Quicken but be an MR unit? Yeah, maybe. Reproll, thank you for the Amazon Prime for 10 months. Welcome back in, Reproll. Man, the Bitcoin bots are all over YouTube today. Anyway, let's talk about this fight. So here we go. Zalk is running Velis, Sottily, Oberon. So it's actually a triple 100 cost team right here. Very, very strong. And we're getting some Keen Blade action. So a lot of, let's call it CT manipulation from the team by Zalk. Yuna channeling a spell. It's Yuna, it's Sottily. And who is the third here? Garvel. So Wygarf, Willie, sticking to his dark roots, running the Garvel. Garvel has been a unit that Willie has used all of the time. He uses this unit constantly. Oh, and we get the King Mont TMR buff from Zalk. The AoE resist buff. Looking nice. Divine Sacrament. There's that all element resist buff. These teams are buffing. We're getting a ton of buffs online from Zalk. Oberon going to put his shield on next. There it is. Purple Dragon's Aegis. Pierce attack up with the shield. And Ildira going to cast Bells on herself just in case she needed it. Who did I say the third unit was? I don't even remember who I said. Did I say Sottily earlier? I obviously meant Ildira. Anyway, let's see what this team can do. Both of these teams must be pretty good because this is the winner's bracket final. Eternal Frost comes out. Garvel, who's traditionally very weak against magic, kind of shrugs that off. Like, he only took 2,300 damage from the Velis right there. That's pretty powerful. Sermon of Power comes out, attacking magic buff in the AoE. Ildira's turn next. Nobody's really low enough to need some healing, so she's going to step forward and do nothing instead, just conserve a little bit of CT. There's the Dragon Spear. It does a lot of damage to Garvel. Velis is going to step up and begin channeling. How about casting time? What's that going to look like right here? No, Garvel's going to get to go first, and Garvel's bringing the AoE limit break. Concentrated Chi Lancer comes out. This will do good damage to both units, I think. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Both these squads are just so tanky. Velis going to go Sub-Zero. That will kill Garvel. He goes down, but he has re-raise, and Yuna is on that team. It's Oberon's turn first, though. He will poke him. 2806. Garvel goes down again. This time he will stay down, barring a re-raise from Willie. There's the AoE resist buff from Sottily. He moves forward. It's Ildira's turn. Plenty of units in range. She'll go height to Holy right here. Less than 2,000 damage on both. That AoE resist, the magic resist, the spirit coming in really clutch. Yuna's going to look for full life on Garvel, make this a 3v3 again. It lands. Garvel's back in the fight, and it's his turn next. Velis is going to go snow healing, and everyone is alive. Everybody's full HP. Let's start it over. There's Garvel one-shotting the Velis, 10,000 damage right there. Oh my gosh, where was that earlier, Garvel? Here's Royal Rend. That's an almost double kill. It kills Yuna, but she has re-raise, so it's a 3v2, but two of Willie's units are low HP, and Sottily will indoctrinate Yuna into the Crystal Church, which means you die. Okay, it's Ildira's turn next. She's probably going to look to heal because she's so low. She will heal herself, and Ildira's AoE healing, that Curaga, height-based Curaga, really, really strong. She full heals herself, but Oberon full kills her on his next turn. No big deal. It's going to be Garvel versus 2. For Willie, this makes a lot of sense. Willie's a main dark player. His dark unit is going to look to carry him to the grand finals right here, but he's going to have to overcome this Sottily limit break. If this doesn't kill him, it has a very good chance of charming him. It did not. And did it kill him? No, he lives. So Garvel lives, but Sottily just goes twice. He says, look, I'm just going to cheat and go 2 times in a row. It's no big deal. And Zalk picks up the win. That will put Zalk into the finals of this week, guaranteeing Zalk at least 7 points and giving Zalk a very good chance at advancing to the top 8 bracket next week. Unique in-game titles from doing things like getting first in a raid. But what is that when compared to Church of Eileen Discord tag that changes the color of your name on only my Discord? That is obviously the greatest prize in War of the Visions history. Okay, here's the Mediena team. We basically know what this team's going to do, right? Like, Aerith is going to begin channeling a spell. Here it comes. She's channeling Quicken. Now, look at the spacing from Maverick. I will say this. Maverick has gone out of his way to not group and be out of range. Skahal is channeling a spell. There's haste onto Leela. Mediena's going to buff her movement and magic. So she's going to be able to get into range to hit somebody. But is it just Oberon? Does she just go for the Oberon? She's going to drop the limit break. So here it is. We get to see, Thighs in Ice, Cosmo Plume coming out. It does not kill Oberon, but here's the Quicken. So she'll get another chance. What's she going to do to him here? She's going to channel a spell, and it will go off before Oberon gets another turn. So the double Quicken Mediena is able to turn it into a 3v2. That is pretty powerful, but that is that's the combo, right? That's it. The combo's done, and now it's going to be Halloween Little Leela Velis versus this team. Meta Magic comes out from Leela. That one-shots the Aerith. So Leela looking to even things up a bit here. Skahal's going to step forward and look for some damage. Thundaga Disposer does not kill Leela. She shields a lot of that. Only goes to about 45% health. Velis is going to go snow healing. Leela's back to full. And here's the hero of the story, Mediena. Goes for the Shadow Flare. So it's the TMR ability. It's only 1,540 damage. And at this point, Mediena's run might be over. Meta Magic comes out again. Skahal goes down. And it's only Mediena versus 2. What can she do? I don't know. Velis is probably going to step forward and look for hasting. No, he's going to go CT up and activation time down. It's going to be Wind Axiom. Mediena goes down. And the run of the Mediena team ends in a defeat. But my God, we got to say that Mediena team made it a lot farther than anybody thought they would. See, Cuckington knows that when he's on stream, he only wins about 10% of the time. That actually might be generous. It might be less than 10%. Because there's been a lot of Friday night fights, and Sir Cuckington has been here since the beginning, and he's been losing on stream since the beginning. So 10% might be too high. It might be more like 7.5. We'll have to see. So here's Sir McCrane's team. Abara, Velis, Sottily. Real strong. Again, triple 100 cost. So a lot of power here from Sir McCrane. We got a little delay. We'll see what's going on. Do we catch up? We do catch up. We're going to get... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not Abara. That's Jaden. But, it's also Abara. It's everybody's Abara. It's the light man Abara aka Jaden. They both have nice hair. Here's Immortal Dogma. Jaden has re-raise and aggro, which is kind of interesting. Here's actually Abara, giving herself the Man-Eater buff from Cuckington. It's Velis, Marymore, Abara. So Velis going to be passing out some haste. Marymore going to look to get tanky, and we'll see what goes on. Here's Marymore. She's going to look for, longevity, re-raise, magic, accuracy, healing power online. Okay, she catches the first haste from her Velis. Velis already hasted Saddly on the other team. Will now look to haste the Jaden. Here it comes. Jaden already has re-raise. He's going to cast Bells on himself. Jaden, one of those mages that's like kind of not a mage, so he runs out of AP all the time because his spells cost a ton and he just runs out. Anyway, that's Jaden in a nutshell. Here's Velis casting another haste. Sottily, is he in range? No, he's not. He's going to go Divine Sacrament instead. So there's that all elemental resist. We've seen some very tanky Sottily teams. There's no real tanks available anymore with Slashing Band, so Sottily with that buff has been one of the tankier units that we've seen so far today. Okay, Sir McCrane's Velis gets another turn. Probably self-buffing right here with Protect and Shell. That's at least what I expect to see come out. Yeah, there it is. Ice Blessing. So Protect and Shell. Velis making himself a little bit tankier as well. Jaden in range. He's going to go Rotary Magic Cannon. It's the Limit Break. Gatling Gun comes out. This is targeting Marymore. It does lethal. That's enough to kill her. She did have re-raise, and she has Velis backing her up. So if Velis can get this heal off before Sottly's turn, Marymore should be fairly safe. We'll see. No, Sottly's going to get to go first, but he's channeling a spell. Okay, Snow Healing will go first, so everybody's full HP. Sottly goes Rush Not Thy Fate and is unable to kill anybody. Clutch casting speed coming in there from Sir Cuckington's Velis. Meanwhile, Sir McCrane's Velis going to buff the TMR on himself and stand still, not needing to get into the fight yet. Man, this Marymore is getting lapped by the enemy. Unearring Shot. That is the third damage spell she has taken to the face before her even getting a turn. She's out of the fight. It's Abara's turn next. Abara does have two grouped people, but she needs to do a lot of damage right here. She goes with the Elizawi, and it will kill Jaden, but remember, he has that re-raise buff from Sottly earlier, so he comes back to life and keeps it a 3 versus 2. Indoctrination onto the Abara. She goes down to like less than 100 HP right there. Velis is going to look to channel a heal. There it is, Snow Healing. Everybody's full HP for Sir McCrane's team. Cuckington also going to look for a heal right here. Snow Healing. Abara back to almost full HP, but Jaden, can he kill her? Unearring Shot, yes he can. 7607. Abara goes down, re-raise comes through. Abara needs to get kills right here for Cuckington to stay in this fight. She's going to go with the Limit Break, Malevolent Lightning, targeting Jaden. I believe this will kill him. Let's see. Yeah, 9,200. That's easily a kill onto the Jaden. His re-raise is already popped, so he'll stay dead. She won't move, which will preserve some CT, but it is going to be Sottly's turn first. He goes Min Thy Ways, instant cast move, takes Abara out, and it's Velis versus 2. Okay, Cuckington's in a bad spot. His Velis looking to do some damage right here, steps forward, does have elemental advantage. We'll go Eternal Frost, 5170, that's not bad. However, he's going to need to find an instant cast or some way to get damage in before this Sottly gets healed by his Velis. So here we go. Here's your chance. Can Cuckington's Velis make this a Velis versus Velis? Height-based Blizzard, that'll do it. 5694. Okay, so guess what? We get the 1v1. Now, if it goes to turns, Sir McCrane's Velis is full HP. But I don't know if they both heal, which one has more max HP. We'll have to see. Cuckington's Velis is going to get to go first. He steps forward. Going to go with what? This is height-based ice. We're down to the 1 FPS right here. It's Blizzara. 1. I see a 1. I see a 4. I see a 4 and a 9. So not enough damage to do lethal. Meanwhile, McCrane going to go Sub-Zero. 5672. Not lethal. It does not kill him. He's going to look to heal, but he gets a paper cut, and Sir McCrane's Velis slaps Sir Cuckington's Velis with a book, and Sir McCrane picks up the win in a fight that ended up being a lot closer than it looked with Mediena, because Mediena's making it 110%. Mediena is on that thumbnail. So anyway, this is going to be Maverick versus Dervis, Sottly Velis Oberon versus Sottly Velis Setia. So mixed damage and mixed damage type as far as physical and magic teams are doing well. We kind of wondered earlier in the day if like mono magic teams were going to be the way to go. It looks like maybe that's not the case. We'll have to see how it plays out, of course. Dervis's Setia going to be the first to take action here. She's chilling. She moves forward. Thermal exposure right off the start. Big damage onto the enemy team. It does run her out of AP, which could be a problem, and she's now the tank. Sottily says, you're the tank now. Boom, here's hate and re-raise for you. Sottily is going to start healing, so plenty of healing on Maverick's team. However, I guarantee you Maverick did not build his team around his Sottily and his Velis healing on their first turns of this match, which is exactly what we're going to get. Now, Oberon's going to go Presence of the Dragon, the whole map-wide AoE haste removal. There's snow healing from Velis, so everybody's getting back to full HP, but oh wait, did that haste miss? Wait a second. Did the haste from Velis miss? Does Setia have less than 50 spirit? No, wait, what? Oh no, I'm stupid. It's the TMR. It's Oberon's TMR. It counters Velis. Wait a second right here. I'm confused because I forgot the first thing that Oberon did was he nerfed haste. There will be no hasting in this fight from Dervis's team, and this Velis is going to be really confused by this because he does not understand. He's going to keep trying. No, he gets lucky, actually. He gets to move up and start doing damage. Now, meanwhile, Maverick's team is going to be able to haste. 48 AP left on the Oberon. He's going to go ahead and do the limit break right here. The old Kaladin Stormblast, it'll do 10,000 damage to Setia. She dies, but she has re-raise, so she will get to continue to participate in this fight a little bit. Here's Sub-Zero onto Oberon, chunks him out pretty low. That'll set up Velis for another heal. It's going to be Sottly's turn next. He's also going to heal, so a lot of really awkward healing coming out from Maverick's team. But that TMR that disabled the haste from Dervis's team might be the real MVP. Okay, Setia, 29 AP. She's going to be able to do an attack this time that's not just an auto attack. It's going to be thermal exposure. Big damage onto everybody again. And now, can Sottily back that up with enough damage to get a kill? Indoctrination, that will kill Oberon. He's out of there. And Dervis's team is looking pretty good. Okay, Velis is next. He has a low HP member on his team. He should look to heal. Here we go. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Snow healing comes out. Crucially, that gives Setia more AP, which will allow her to do some things. Velis steps forward. Sottily also going to step forward, looking to do some damage right here. Velis Eternal Frost comes out. Big damage. Almost kills Sottily. Followed up by Rush Not Thy Fate. It is a almost triple kill. Instead, it's not, but the haste. The haste is so powerful. Velis is going to immediately start channeling another spell. Oberon's going to move forward. Indoctrination, and it's the haste at the end of the day. Maverick turning haste off on the enemy team and hasting himself just laps the enemy and gets spell after spell after spell and kills them. GG, Oberon TMR, too good. And that's a win. One of the OG most mispronounced names on my stream. I call him Kapala. And it's Cop Paula. But I just go with Cop, because that's something my small brain can say. Okay, here we go. It's Sottily Jaden Velis versus Oberon Velis Jaden. So, are we going to get to see more of the Oberon TMR, which is looking super good? I mean, like, with as much as Velis has played, Oberon's TMR going up in usefulness? A lot. I mean, because there's no range on it. The range is the whole map. It just says you will not haste, and it really messes up Velis's whole kit because he does not understand that he can't cast haste anymore, and he will just keep trying. Meanwhile, Oberon going to go ahead and give an agility buff to his group, a magic buff to himself. Both Velises are looking to begin hasting. There they come out, Stars of Swiftness. Sottily, he's going to do, what's he going to do on his turn? Immortal Dogma. So he gives the aggro and re-raise to Jaden. Here comes the haste. Sottily gets another round of that, and Sottily is a fast boy. We just saw it in the last fight. These Sottilys with haste just get turn after turn and can pound you into the ground. Oberon's going to step forward. He's looking to put his shield on himself, but he's not going to get that off before anybody on the other team gets to go. So they're all going to get turns first, I believe. Yes. There's re-raise onto the Jaden. They've grouped up, and if this Jaden can get in range for a magic blast, that could be potent. There it is. Yet comes through, does a lot of damage, and now it's going to be another haste onto the Jaden. It's going to be Sottly's turn. Does he have an instant cast thing he can do right here? He sure does. Indoctrination will kill Oberon, and the casting time on Oberon's shield really set him up in a bad way right there. So can Cop counterattack effectively? We're going to get a heal coming out from Velis. So this Jaden has plenty of AP now. Here's an Ice Blessing on the other Velis. Jaden, you need to get some kills. your team is looking a little bit rough right here. It's going to be reflexed. Oh my gosh, he magic blasts it, but Jaden reflexes the other Jaden. And as one Jaden tries to slap the other, they just reflex it. It's like looking in a mirror and dodging a punch you know is coming. Meanwhile, jamming thrust comes out. That's a kill. That will trigger the re-raise. And Sottily will look to untrigger that re-raise with more lethal damage. Indoctrination again, 4,600 damage, lands the confuse and lands the kill. That's a double whammy. Meanwhile, Sir McCrane's Velis is like, hey, can I heal somebody? I'm going to try and do that. And Cop's Velis is in a 1v3. So, okay, going to go for the damage. Blizzaga comes out, and you know what? It did a lot of damage. But the damage isn't going to stick, because here comes Snow Healing, and everybody's back to full HP. Velis' heals looking very, very potent in a team comp built around buffing that magic stat. Okay, Indoctrination will get its third kill of the match, and Sir McCrane picks up the win over Cop. G to the G. Sir McCrane moving on. Man, Mediena popped off. What the heck? I still can't believe the Mediena run. Okay, here we go. We're loading in. Let's check out the fight. Sottily versus Barrett. Now, Sottily is really fast. Barrett is really slow. It is going to be at least somewhat of a missile team coming out from McCrane with Barrett and Jaden. They're just going to be backed up by a Sottily. So it is Sottily versus Sottily, and he is definitely looking like the strongest unit in this rainbow no slashing format. You know, basically, he's feeling like one of the strongest mages in the game right now and really showing up. So how will early turns go? Maverick Sottily going to start things off. You got to think about what he's going to do for a minute here, though. You know, it takes some time. There's a lot of processing that needs to happen, I guess. Did we disconnect? That's the big question. I can tap the screen. We might have... Nope, I can spin it. I'm going to leave the room and come back. 44552. Spectate. 44552. Let's hop back in there. Yeah, Stream Hero, banning the bots on YouTube. They get around your timeouts because they edit their name ever so slightly. Like an extra space, the emoji has a different name or something like that. And that's how they get around all the timeouts. Riser, you just hit Royal Rank 7. Oh yeah, you are real close to that 3 times speed then. Real close. Okay, this fight's already going on. We're going to get to see an indoctrination from the Sottily. It kills the enemy Jaden, but does not even bother the enemy Barrett. And then re-indoctrination, one Sottily kills another. Oberon's going to go to the 8-pass Dragon Strike limit break right here. This is definitely targeting the Barrett. Will it kill him? Will it kill him? No, 3140. Barrett's going to live through that all day. And Velis is going to look to do... No, Velis does not go for the healing. He goes for the damage. Barrett goes down, but Barrett has re-raise. Okay, Sottily's going to counter cure, so he's full HP. Barrett, get in there. Bust out the big guns. Overcharge comes out. Barrett kills Velis, and it's Oberon versus 2. No, it's still 2v2, because Velis cast re-raise while we were reconnecting. Now, Oberon's turn, 33 AP. He goes Stun Blade, and he kills the Barrett. So Barrett goes down for good this time. But here comes... No, Sottily's not up. It's going to be Velis first. So Velis could look to heal. He is channeling heal, but indoctrination will kill him first. So Velis is dead. It's Oberon versus Sottily. 2 100 cost units. Oberon gets to go first. He's in an elemental disadvantage right here. He pokes Sottily for 1700-ish damage. Remember, Oberon out of AP couldn't do anything right there. Mend thy ways, Oberon. 4384 comes out. Sir McCrane picks up the win. Barrett moving on. A lot of magic. Over 8600 magic between the two contestants here. Nikki Dio coming in with the Amazon Prime sub for 2 months. Thank you, Nikki Dio. Welcome back to the church. Great to have you. Apparently the Barrett joke was worth a sub. Okay, here we go. Let's jump into the fight. All right. We've got Sir McCrane we've got Willy Goats. We've got Ildira, Yuna, Garvel versus Jaden, Velis, Sottily. So as good as this like Sottily Jaden thing has been all day, Willy is once again running a team that is not what everybody else is running and having a lot of success. Particularly, again, highlighting the Garvel, taking advantage of Yuna and a lot of re-raises. And then don't sleep on Ildira. Ildira is a very powerful unit, especially with that 120 job. Okay, Sottily gifts some aggro and a re-raise. Ildira gonna drop the Theorem, raise a little CT for her team. It's kind of like AoE half-quicken right here. Anyway, there it is. We're going to get some more turns. Velis out here passing around haste like it's candy. Yuna is channeling a spell while it's her turn, so that's a little unfortunate. She does drop a re-raise onto the Garvel, though, so that's looking good for him. Here's going to be Holy Knight's Cheer, so attack, magic, and bravery buff for the group. Will that 3 extra bravery from 97 to 100 be the difference maker? I don't know. Heartlight Needles comes out from Garvel, so Spirit Piercing Rate online. Jaden's going to pop his bell, so he has that, endless AP pool ready for him. He will also catch a haste, and now the teams will start moving in range of each other. Maybe. Sottily's going to do his elemental resist buff first, and it's Yuna's turn. Now, Yuna has already given someone else re-raise. She will now give herself re-raise with the zombie TMR, a smart play. Velis has hasted everybody on his team. He's going to look to do a self buff or a TMR. It's going to be the self buff for the Protect, Shell, and Magic Up. There's the resist buff, Pierce Strike, and Missile Resist coming through from Ildira. That Missile Resist might be pretty useful for this Garvel facing off against Jaden. Garvel channeling another spell. Here is Jaden, and he doesn't need Missile Resist if he just reflexes it. So Reflex and Aeon Bond proc, the ultimate unluck right there for McCrane. His Jaden basically did not do damage, even though he really did do damage. It just didn't count for damage. Here's more buffing, Heart-like Needles, and Spirit buff, and AoE magic buff coming through from Sottily. There's the TMR buff from Velis. Yuna's turn. Might she look to do some damage? No, she's going to go Nimble Movement instead. Okay, here's Jaden. If at first you don't succeed, Jaden, just shoot Magic Blast again. This time it does land, and it does kill Yuna. She will re-raise this time, so Yuna's still alive, but here comes Sottily. Sottily is going to be out of range. He is just out of range, which means the Curaga comes through from Ildira, and now Willy will begin the counterattack. Velis is going to look to start reapplying some haste at some point. We're going to get Spirit Blaster, 53-63 damage coming out from Garvel right there. Jaden's turn. Look, Magic Blast number 3. Here it comes, Magic Blast number 3. It kills Yuna again. This time she will stay dead. Okay, Velis' turn. Velis, look to haste some people here. No, he's going to look to heal. Sottily's going to go first. Reflex comes through again. Magic Reflex on the Limit Break. Now, here's a question. Can this still charm even though it got reflexed? I still don't know the answer. It didn't charm, we know that. Here's Wateraga coming out, 1,100 damage, not a bunch. In fact, Sottily heals for more than he took. That's a rip. Here comes Snow healing from Velis, and Sottily's back to full HP. It's Garvel's turn next. Garvel, you need to put a bunch of damage on somebody right here. He's going to step forward and go for the Detonation Blast, and he almost one-shots the Jaden, but then Jaden jamming thrusts him, and that will pop the re-raise from Garvel. Okay, it's going to be Sottily's turn, or Velis' turn next, and Velis probably going to look to do a little bit more of that AoE healing, and Sottly's going to look to do some of that killing. Mend thy ways, Garvel, you are dead. Sottily looking to make his way to these finals. Snow healing comes through. It's all over but the fat lady, as they say. She's warming up. She's about to start singing. Here comes Jaden. Is he going to go Magic Blast number 4? No, he'll go Golden Magi Shot. It does. It does 1 FPS and 5,200 damage or something like that. Ildira probably going to heal herself. She'll be full HP after that heal. Velis' turn. There's another haste. Okie dokie. And Jaden's going to come up jamming thrust. That's been a really good move for you today. It picks up the win. And Sir McCrane will go to the finals to face Zalk for a chance to earn those 8 points today. GG. We about saw Skiz's Renan run the table. I believe it was Renan. It was Renan or Skahal last week. Should have won, but got reflexed. Okay, here we go. Grand Finals. If Zalk wins, it's all over. If McCrane wins, we run it back again. So McCrane, we just saw this team win. It's Jaden, it's Sottily, and it's Velis. And I have to say, Sottily has been the MVP of today's fights. I mean, like, Velas might actually be the MVP, passing out all his haste and stuff, but Sottile has been the biggest carry of the day. So both Sottiles are going to start getting involved, pass out some hates and some re-raises, all the buffs coming through. Zulk is running the Oberon. We have seen a whole lot of Oberon today with what I'll call mixed results. He has both been taken out of fights very early, or he is like hard carried. It's kind of been a one or the other thing with Oberon today. He catches a haste from Velas here, then a Boon of the Lion comes out. So Zulk looking for that AoE resist, which is very effective against both the enemy Sottile and the enemy Jaden, although both do have single target options as well. Okay, it's going to be Velas' turn next. He's going to look to finish off his hasting. Oberon right here has already cast the TMR buff. He's going to look to put his shield on. Here comes Jaden. Is he in range for a magic shot right here? He might be. He is. So here's Magic Blast, 2368. That did not do a ton of damage to the Oberon, and then Jaden will catch his haste. Now, here comes Sottile. He's going to go with the Elemental Resist buff and begin to move forward. Oberon's going to put his shield up. This is a healthy Oberon with a shield. If there is a recipe for Oberon to succeed, it's be healthy, have your shield up, and then try to jump on some people. Ice Blessing comes out from Velas. There's Protect and Shell. Jaden going to get another turn, and this is going to be a single target move that will chain. This is a missile and light chain. It does a lot of damage, but Oberon with that shield able to live. Here's Eternal Frost onto the Sottile, 4,000 damage, and Oberon can look for the first kill of the match. He's going to go 8 past Dragon Strike. Remember, both these units already have all their elemental resist buffs. This will debuff all their elemental resist, but it won't do enough to kill them. They live through it, and Sottile down to 1404. Uh-oh, Oberon, you're in trouble now, unless your Sottile can bail you out, 4617 with the buff. Here comes the damage, though. It's going to be Rush Not Thy Fate. It's not a kill. The clutch heal from the backline Sottile comes through just in time. Snow healing up next. That'll get everybody back to full HP. Jaden looking for the golden magic shot all the way on the back line. Really questionable target selection right there, Jaden. I don't know if you made the right call, my man. You could have gone for a kill instead. Sottile's up next. He said, this is what you should do. You should have killed the Oberon. But he has re-raise. So he's back. Here comes the heal from Velas. He's going to snow heal himself and Sottile. And Oberon somehow gets another turn. He's going to jump up into the sky. He will dodge both Velas' turn and the enemy Jaden's turn. So Oberon looking really safe up there hovering in the clouds with like Space Chicken and, you know, all the people who live in the stars, right? Oberon's hanging out with them. Velas going to go for the limit break. For all the Velases we've seen today, we've yet to see this move. Here it comes. This is the plus 100% accuracy move. 1611, not a ton of damage. Sottile going to go with his limit break. Now, this could be a charm. Can we see a charm? I want to see charm actually do something impactful. Is this it? It did charm him, 5,300 damage. Jaden's going to buff March of the Stag because Oberon's in the air. Oh, Jaden, is that 11,000? It's 11,000. It's 12,000 damage. Jaden dies. His re-raise comes through, but guess what? Wait, are we going to get to see it? There's snow healing. The Velas sustain is coming in clutch. Oberon, don't you break your own charm. Oberon, you fool. He breaks the charm. He tries to kill Sottile. Instead, he kills himself. Rush Not Thy Fate. He doesn't die, actually, but oh my god. We almost got to see charm matter. Okay, anyway, Sottile's like, look, I'm just going to start buffing again. I tried to charm. Oberon broke it. I'm mad about that, and I'm feeling really angsty like a teenager. Here's Velas. He's going to look to do a little more healing. Can he keep this Oberon alive? This Oberon has lived for longer than anyone ever deserves to live. He's not living anymore. He finally dies, but man, oh man, did that Oberon frontline for a really long time. Velas will heal himself, so that's useful. Here's Shadow Flare from the enemy Sottile. So going with the Vision card from Black Rose's Helena TMR ability, not a ton of damage, but the AoE debuff will be nice. Indoctrination comes through. That's big damage onto the Sottile. It is now going to be Velas' turn. Velas with the low HP ally will often look to heal, but he's not going to get the heal off before Blizzaga comes through, and that will kill the Sottile from Sir McCrane's team. So it is now Sottile versus 2. That Sottile is full HP, but Sottile not exactly the 1v2 god that you want him to be. We'll see. He does have elemental advantage. I'm sorry, it's Velas versus 2. Velas, not exactly the 1v2 god, especially when one of those two is Sottile. I probably said their names wrong about 100 times in the last 5 minutes. They're all just a Bara. Here's Sub-Zero coming out from Velas. It does damage to Velas. Here comes Sottile. He's going to go Indoctrination. 4,067 damage. That's a GG. And that is Zulk picking up the win, picking up the 8 points, and probably securing himself a spot in next week's top 8 draft. GG, Zalk wins, Sir McCrane picks up second. Big thank you to everyone who showed up tonight, who followed like Dwaylen just did, who subbed, who gifted subs, who played in the tournament. Thank you, Francesca, for reffing the tournament. Stream Hero for kicking the bots off the YouTube chat. Thank you, everybody. If you want to play in a tournament, you can't play next week unless you earned points in the last 3 weeks. But we will then start up another Cup Series with a brand new set of rules that change week to week. So look forward to that. Join the Discord if you want to see all that info. And I think I've talked myself out of breath. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.